Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a superhero action film, The Old Guard. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. In the city of Morocco, a man riding a motorbike stops in front of a woman with short hair named Andy. They look at each other and smile. They are old friends, but they haven't seen each other for long. The man is called Booker and has worked for Andy for years in the past. This time, he accepts a job from the former CIA agent James and would like Andy to join him. James starts a company specializing in hostage rescue. This time, the mission is to rescue some girls in South Sudan. James would like to hire Andy at a high price. Though Andy doesn't make deals with strangers, she agrees to meet James first at Booker's insistence. Before meeting James, she contacts a couple, Joy and Nikki, who live a seclusion life downtown. They are very happy to see each other. When Andy tells them her purpose for this trip, Joy and Nikki feel glad to accept the job, because that's what they are good at. The next day, Andy meets James as promised. James answers Andy's questions in detail, from the background information to the action plan. She finally lets down her guard. In fact, Andy has set Joy as a sniper, watching James' every movement. If something goes wrong, Joy will shoot him immediately. Actually, the sly James knows about their plan. After winning Andy's trust, he even waves at the sniper. After some preparation, Andy and her team fly to South Sudan in a helicopter, bringing all sorts of weapons, including some high-tech ones. When the night falls, Andy and the other 3 teammates sneak into the village as planned. After taking down the security guards quietly, they find a house and notice many old shoes placed at the door. It seems to be the place where they hold the hostages, so they blow up the door and run inside. However, they find no hostages inside at all. Andy soon realizes it is a damn trap, but it is too late. Several masked men in full gear suddenly shoot at them. Andy and her teammates are all terminated by heavy gunshots. As the masked men think the game is over and are about to leave, they are astonished to see Andy begin to heal. And surprisingly, bullets are pushed out of their bodies. The 4 dead slowly get up and fight back before the masked men can figure out what's happening. Soon all the masked men are killed. After that, however, Andy finds a camera in a corner. Now, she realizes they are set up by James, who's right now watching them in front of the monitor. He can't believe what he has seen. However, their regeneration has been recorded remotely. In anger, Andy breaks the camera before leaving with her teammates. Andy decides to find James and find out what he really wants. Otherwise, they will be brought into big trouble. In Afghanistan, while the US troops are searching for terrorists hiding in civilian houses, a female soldier has her throat cut by a terrorist during the mission. The cut is so deep that people think she's going to die. Strangely, when she is carried back to base, she recovers miraculously. Her experience is shared with Andy and the other 3 in the dream. Andy knows this soldier is one of them, who has regenerative healing power, and she's going to meet troubles. In order to help this confused soldier, Andy decides to go and find the soldier on her own, while the other 3 stick to the original plan of hunting James. Later, the female soldier's comrades are astonished to see her recovery, but they don't cheer for her. Instead, they think she is a freak. After all, a normal person would have died in that situation. The female soldier doesn't know what she has done wrong and why she's excluded from the group. Meanwhile, in London, a pharmaceutical expert is delivering a passionate speech. His company is researching how to prolong human life and has made a breakthrough, but he needs more funding for future research. James sends the video of their regeneration to the expert. The expert feels excited to see those people with amazing power, which are the perfect specimens for his research project. So he orders James to bring these 4 people back to him at any cost. In the military base, the female soldier's situation isn't getting better. She's ordered to go to Germany for more tests. Just before the plane takes off, Andy appears. Andy strikes down a couple of soldiers and takes the female soldier away after she knocks her out. When the female soldier wakes up, she tries to escape, but she is shot in the head by Andy. After a while, the female soldier's wound heals itself. Andy tells her that they are all immortal. They will heal, but won't be killed. However, the female soldier is so confused and doesn't believe her smelly bullshit. Andy asks the female soldier to come with her. It won't be long before she knows the truth. The female soldier has no better choice but to get on a personal aircraft to London with Andy. However, the female soldier still can't believe that she is immortal. On the plane, she attacks suddenly. Andy retaliates and breaks the female soldier's arm and leg. After a few minutes, the female soldier's wounds heal again. She begins to believe that she has some kind of mysterious power. Moments later, Andy leads the female soldier to a remote mansion where her teammates are waiting for them. They explain to the female soldier all about the Immortals, their role in helping people, and their healing power as well. And also, the Immortal community can even share dreams with each other, which is what made them notice her existence and find her, more advanced than any high-tech GPS system. For centuries, they have been playing the role of guards and helping to rescue innocent people. Andy tells the female soldier that Immortals can actually die. One day, if their wounds stop healing without any warning, they will die. Until this point, all the weird happenings finally make sense to the female soldier. She has been haunted by the same nightmares for a long time. In the dream, a woman is locked in an Iron Maiden and cast into the sea. The woman in the dream is drowning and screaming in despair. There is a mournful silence as the group hear her dream. Later, they tell her that the woman in her dream is called Quinn, the first immortal that Andy found hundreds of years ago. At first, they fought against the evil powers and survived through many historic battles. But later, because of their immortality, they were accused of the dark witches by the church and punished with repeated tortures. However, they would not die, no matter what the church did to them. Therefore, the church locked Quinn in an Iron Maiden and cast her into the sea. Even though the Immortals won't die, they can feel the pain. So Quinn keeps drowning and coming back to life, suffering the endless torment in that way. Andy can't forgive herself for what happened to Quinn. Soon after, the group are ambushed by armed soldiers. After fierce gunfire, Booker is seriously injured, while Joy and Nikki are captured up. Andy knows these men must be sent by James. Enraged by the attack, she terminates all the enemies who haven't yet left and then leaves the mansion with the female soldier and Booker. They rest in an abandoned mine and try to figure out how to find James. Just then, Andy realizes that her wound is not healing as expected, which means she is not immortal anymore. But Andy doesn't tell anyone about that. She knows the current mission is to rescue the captured Joy and Nikki. She can't let others worry about her. Meanwhile, Joy and Nikki are taken to the expert. After their regenerative healing abilities are confirmed, they are taken to a lab for experiments. James thought the expert just wanted to take some samples from the Immortals and never expected the expert would conduct cruel experiments on them. They will never let Joy and Nikki leave the lab alive. Right then, James feels sorry for them, but he doesn't dare to express his defiance. Later, Booker finds out where James leaves. Andy takes the female soldier there straight away. However, she doesn't want to kill anymore and withdraws from the mission. Andy doesn't force her. Instead, she gives her a gun for self-defense and lets her leave by the car. Soon after, Andy and Booker find James. Just when Andy is trying to find out why James is hunting them, Booker suddenly shoots Andy in the back. It's revealed that Booker has betrayed Andy and the Immortals, and he believes that as long as the expert can unlock the secret of their immortality, there will be a way to end it so that he can live a normal life. James is helping the expert to set Andy up and capture the group because he wants to find a way to cure all diseases after his wife died of cancer. When Booker surprisingly sees that Andy's wound doesn't heal, he regrets it a lot and tries to save her. However, everything is too late. The expert finds them and takes them away. James is knocked out when he tries to stop the expert. Luckily, the female soldier changes her mind and returns to help Andy, but only to find James there. She's so guilty that she couldn't come earlier. In James' office, she learns that for centuries, Andy and her group have been rescuing people and maintaining peace in the human world. She then begins to admire Andy for her sacrifices, and she decides to go and save Andy. Having figured out the expert's evil purpose, James decides to help the female soldier, so he takes her to the expert's lab. Later, the female soldier gets shot by the security guards, but she pretends to be dead and takes a good chance to clear all of them in an instant. Shortly after, she finds Andy and the other teammates in a lab. After being set free, they take up weapons quickly and rush to the swarming enemies outside. With sharp skills and the power of healing, they beat the gunmen just like cutting a piece of shit, and they manage to break through the heavy siege finally. In the end, they find and confront the expert, who resists giving up. While the expert is pointing a gun at Andy, the female soldier, knowing that Andy is vulnerable, runs between them, grabs the expert, and then throws both of them out of the window, making them fall all the way down to a car parking on the street. As a result, the expert is killed instantly, while the female soldier is seriously injured. But soon, she recovers and is helped to her feet by her group. Finally, the group reunite again and continue their mission to rescue innocent people under Andy's leadership. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.